Hi, it's Steve Lowe again from Zarmac Benefits. Today we'll talk a little bit about the legalization of marijuana and whether or not that's going to affect your group benefit program. Now, marijuana for medicinal purposes has been legal for, I believe, 5 or 6 years now. So this really isn't a new topic. It's been around for a while, but since marijuana is going to be legal in our country, for everyone, it's raised some other interesting discussion around how it's going to affect your benefit plan. So it's a good idea just to review how everything works, because most people didn't understand it. I certainly didn't until a couple of years ago when it became important for a few group carriers we had. So first of all, the way the system works to get your drugs covered is based on something called a drug identification number, or a DIN. So anytime you go to the drugstore and you get a drug and you get the little label back that shows you what you have, on the bottom there'll be a DIN and then a number. And that's because the drug has been approved and approved at a certain dosage, and there's been all kinds of tests to determine what that drug is going to do. So now it's covered under your group plan, and when you get this dosage at this amount, you'll know from a medical standpoint exactly what's going to happen when you take that medicine. So marijuana is not really at that stage yet. Marijuana at this point, you get a prescription for medical marijuana from a physician, then you can go buy it from a variety of government-based suppliers. However, the drugs that are, the marijuana that's supplied does not have very identifiable characteristics, meaning that there's some strains of marijuana which are really good at making the others as you sleep. Some strains of marijuana help you with pain. There's a variety of other strains of marijuana that do other things. And the government system has not so far been able to make that accurate enough so that it makes sense to provide a drug identification number for it. So you don't know the dosage either. So not only is the medicinal purpose not necessarily nailed down tight for each strain you've got, but the amount of active ingredient in the marijuana that you get will vary widely. So for all those reasons, the system hasn't really got to the point yet where a DIN can be provided. I'm not saying that medical marijuana doesn't have some great medicinal properties, because I believe that it probably does, and there's been a variety of tests that show that it does. But in order to be covered by a group benefit program, it needs to be a little more refined than it is currently. So as a result, most drug plans do not cover medical marijuana at this point, and this is the reason why. There's no DIN number available on it just yet. This will probably change over time, but probably farther a few years away from now, I would think. And in the meantime, marijuana should not affect your health benefit rates in your program. Hope that gives you a bit of information you didn't have before, and we'll look forward to seeing you in our next episode.